Today I am going to explain factors affecting oxygen dissociation curve. So first let me write oxygen dissociation curve here. So here is the y-axis, and say this is a 50% saturation, 50% of oxygen saturation, and this is 100% oxygen saturation. And now let's start with say 10 partial pressure of oxygen, that is PO2, partial pressure of oxygen, and this side y-axis is percent saturation. Okay, so now 10 millimeter of Hg, so then we have say 20 millimeter of Hg, 30 millimeter of Hg, so this is all in millimeter of mercury, and then 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 to 100 millimeter of Hg. We all know that our oxygen dissociation curve, so it is a classic sigmoidal curve, so I am drawing that here. This is the sigmoidal curve, oxygen dissociation curve, sigmoidal. So basically it reaches this plateau stage when it is reaching 90 to 100 millimeter of Hg. Okay, so why the oxygen dissociation curve is sigmoidal? It's because hemoglobin molecule, it has got 4 subunits, so there is a kind of cooperation. There is a phenomenon of cooperativity. So the cooperation is there between subunits. So one subunit will help another subunit to take up oxygen. So that's how the sigmoidal curve. So basically this, whenever you see sigmoidal curve, so basically it explains the phenomenon of cooperativity. Now let's see some of the factors which will shift this oxygen dissociation curve towards the right side and also towards left side. So before we get in there, so we'll have to know about R state of hemoglobin and T state of hemoglobin. Note that R state of hemoglobin indicates relaxed state of hemoglobin, where all the 4 subunits will be bound with oxygen. And the T state of hemoglobin is a taut state of hemoglobin. Basically it's a deoxy state of hemoglobin, where oxygen molecules are released from a hemoglobin molecule. Okay, so now let's see the right shift in oxygen dissociation curve. So some of the factors which are causing right shift in oxygen dissociation curve. So I'll write the factors which will cause oxygen dissociation curve. So first is like increase in 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate, 2,3 BPG. This 2,3 BPG, basically it will go and bind to positively charged pocket between the beta 1 and beta 2 chain, and increases the ionic interactions. When the ionic interactions are increased, so the dimer 1 and dimer 2 subunits, they will be holding on together tightly. So basically increase in 2,3 BPG will take hemoglobin from R state to T state. So T state of hemoglobin, as we have seen, it is a deoxy state of hemoglobin, so oxygen will be unloaded. So in increase in 2,3, whenever there is increase in 2,3 BPG, your oxygen dissociation curve is going to be shifted towards the right side. It can be something like this. Basically your curve is becoming more sigmoidal. So any factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards the right side, so basically it makes the curve more sigmoidal. So what is the meaning of becoming more sigmoidal? What happens to oxygen binding or oxygen affinity whenever the sigmoidal curve is shifted towards the right side, towards its right? So that we can understand by the P50 here. So first the normal P50, let's write the normal P50 here. So let's take this is the saturation point, and that will correspond to 100%. Okay, so the 50% here, so 50% saturation, and draw that line here. So this is the normal sigmoidal curve. So and 50% basically it will fall somewhere here. So basically the reading scale, we will have to alter this reading scale here, because it doesn't really my writing here doesn't really correlate with the 26 millimeter of Hg. Let me make some modification here. It will be 10, partial pressure of oxygen 10, now it is 20, and say I'll write it as 30, then the 40. So like that it will go on. I'll just cut this off, and then 90 to 100. Okay, this is the partial pressure of oxygen. Now the normal P50 for oxygen dissociation curve, normal P50 of hemoglobin is, say probably it is falling around 26. This is normally 26. Okay, so maybe something here. So 26 millimeter of Hg. So that's your normal P50. Normal P50 of your hemoglobin is 26 millimeter of Hg. Now let's see what happens in the presence of increased 2,3 BPG. So in the increased 2,3 BPG, although it reaches same 100% saturation, but look at the P50. P50 is now, I am going to elongate this to the curve that is shifted towards right side and right down here. So basically the P50 in the presence of 2,3 BPG, it is increased more than 30 millimeter of Hg. What it says? So whenever there is increased concentration of 2,3 BPG, so you need more oxygen to load the, you need more partial pressure of oxygen to reach that P50. It means that presence of 2,3 BPG, it helps in the unloading of oxygen. So because it is stabilizing the T state of hemoglobin, because so whenever hemoglobin is holding on to oxygen, it is an R state of hemoglobin. Whenever oxygen is released, it is T state of hemoglobin. So 2,3 BPG, it is helping in the release of oxygen. It means that it is going to stabilize T state of hemoglobin. T state stabilized. It means that increase in 2,3 BPG is going to help in the unloading of oxygen. So some other factors which will help in the unloading of oxygen and moving oxygen dissociation curve towards the right side, okay, and that is increase in H plus concentration, H plus ion concentration, or increase in PCO2, carbon dioxide, increase in temperature, increases the, means shift the oxygen dissociation curve towards right side. Increase in H plus ion means decrease in pH. So these are all the factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards the right side and stabilize T state. Now let's move on to see the factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side. Left shift in oxygen dissociation curve, and it will be something like this. So left shift in oxygen dissociation curve, basically it will take the curve towards hyperbola. Sigmoidal curve is moving towards hyperbolic. As you can see, it is almost going towards hyperbola. Now in the presence of the factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side, so what will happen to your P50, hemoglobin P50? Now let's see that. So here is the P50, 50% saturation. Bring that line down to the partial pressure of oxygen. So you are getting somewhere at 16 millimeter of Hg or something. It means that in the presence of factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side, even at low partial pressure of oxygen, your hemoglobin is 50% saturated. It means that the factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side, they increase the affinity of oxygen towards hemoglobin molecule, or increase in affinity of hemoglobin towards oxygen molecule. It means that they will stabilize R state of hemoglobin, R state stabilization. So what are the factors which will stabilize R state of hemoglobin? And the factors which we have seen here on the which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards right side, the reverse of those factors will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side. It means that decrease in 2,3 BPG, decrease in H plus concentration, or increase in pH, decrease in PCO2, and decrease in temperature. They all will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side. And one extra factor which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side is carbon monoxide, because carbon monoxide, in the presence of carbon monoxide, so carbon monoxide will compete with oxygen, bind to one heme subunit, and by binding to one heme subunit, it will allow other three subunits to bind with oxygen. So basically it increases the or state of hemoglobin, and by it increases the affinity of hemoglobin towards oxygen and doesn't allow it to release easily. That is why it is going to shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side. Okay, so these are all the factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards right side and left side. Let me quickly brief it out. So increase in 2,3 ppg, increase in H plus ion concentration, decrease in pH, increase in PCO2, increase in temperature, they all will stabilize T state of hemoglobin and shift oxygen dissociation curve towards right side. So in the presence of all these factors, you need more partial pressure of oxygen to reach same P50, whereas the factors which will shift oxygen dissociation curve towards left side, which will take the oxygen dissociation curve towards more hyperbolic side, so they all will stabilize or state of hemoglobin. Those are the ones like factors. Decrease in 2,3 ppg, decrease in H plus ion concentration means increase in pH, decrease PCO2, decrease temperature, and presence of carbon monoxide. So they all will stabilize or state of hemoglobin, and in the presence of these factors, to reach 50% saturation, you really need less partial pressure of oxygen. It means that oxygen affinity by hemoglobin is increased. Okay, so that's all about factors affecting oxygen dissociation curve. Thank you.